old business, construction update.
Yeah.
The fence is up.
You've probably seen that the fence is up. It ended a little bit short, so they've ordered 2 more sections, about 12 more feet to go out to the corner.
Was that in the price that we paid?
I think so. I don't know. It's going to be minuscule compared, because the price came in actually lower than they had quoted.
Good.
Came in at like $5,200.
Oh, good.
Other than that, we are done. Considered done.
Okay. The one thing that Larry brought up last time was the oozing at the pond. I don't know if anybody went over and looked at it. I did. It's very confusing as to what that could be. Did we ever get a hold of John Nevin or anybody that could come out and take a look at it?
Oh, I wrote the minutes and I looked at my notes right before Christmas and actually just kind of forgot until I re-looked at it when I sent them. I'll get them back over.
All right, yeah, just to see if, what it is, or if it could be coming from next doors, doing, dumping oil or whatever.
Maybe they can do a search, like grab a little sample of it and figure out what it's gonna be.
Yeah. Okay, cool, thank you.
Anything else on the construction?
What's that?
Anything else on construction?
I don't think so. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's.
And update on the unruly tenant is he's gone.
He's gone. He was gone like the week after our meeting, and Mr. Chaddow was successful in getting him evicted. He tried to come back right away and basically break in and take his stuff, which they called the police on him. I think he ended up spending a few days in jail.
Free rent,
Good riddance.
3 squares a day.
Okay, anything else on old business? All right, new business, we have a proposal to install an auxiliary float assembly on the fountain. And that's the back page of the packet.
I'm sure everybody's noticed how low the fountain is spouting right
it's
now.
pushing. What happened is, I guess it sits on, like, let's say it's kind of like a donut or a little float, and the float got cracked and it's full of water. So the pump and the fountain is down trying to push water up from 6 or 8 inches deep, or I don't know how far because I've never been real close to it. So what he wants to do is lift it up, put another float up underneath of it, and basically a float under a float, and fix it that way, and then we'll have a full fountain back instead of a half fountain.
So something
It's working
about
too hard.
replace both bad run capacitors and control panel. Is that why we keep having troubles with the pond working and not working? Or when I call you and say, hey, the pond's not working, can you have them come out?
I don't know the answer to that. I don't know if this actually caused something to go bad,
Okay.
or whether it was bad before.
I would assume that if the pump would have to be working harder to try to get that water up, so it could burn the pump out too.
Burn the capacitor up, yeah, because it's working actually. Okay, so I need a motion to approve that.
I have a question. Is there any other quotes?
We don't have a quote, nobody knows the amount yet, we're just gonna vote to do it, because we don't care, it's not our money,
This is
the sucker
this
thing.
is a guy that just does our fountain all the time. Comes the day I call him, and
Okay.
they've taken care of it for years and years.
So that was gonna be my next, my question is why we only got 1 quote, but, so has he's worked on that fountain before?
For years.
Okay.
How much is the quote?
$559.20.
559.20.
Didn't we put a new pump in a
Just-
couple years
yeah.
ago?
Yeah, that's what I asked too. It's not the pump.
No, I understand.
Yeah, we
did,
It
about
is
3 years
making
ago, I
the pump
think.
work harder when it's lower.
Right.
You got 6 inches of water in the lake anyway, so it's,
Okay. So we need a motion.
Did you have any other questions,
No,
Sharon?
that's it.
I mean, does somebody want to get another quote?
Yeah,
I mean,
why
that
not a
seems to be the
quote?
2 questions. It's just going to take a little longer, and we're going to put more pressure on that pump. But if that's what you guys want to do, that's what we
Yeah,
can do.
fine.
And we can deal with it in a month.
I guess that's just my background. I like to get more than 1 quote. I don't wanna hold this up, but I think going forward, maybe we just might wanna do that.
That's not a bad idea, but
you guys wanna get another quote or two and push this out for a month?
That's fine with me.
Okay.
Okay, all right, so we're gonna table this for another quote until next month.
Yeah, okay. I'm just hoping the pump doesn't go out before then.
Well,
That's gonna be my question, if it goes another month, is it going to do any damage to the pump? I mean, if that's a new pump, is that pump warranty?
yes,
Probably not.
I think it's warranted, but I don't know if they go in there and say you did something to it, they may not warranty it.
Well, that we didn't do something.
Yeah, we did
to it.
do something.
When he's telling us, the same guy, these are the people who put the pump in, wasn't it? So if they're telling us that something is
Broken.
causing
And
it,
put the shield around,
yeah, they put
turtle
copper
shield
tubing and the.
No, I'm fine with us doing it this month, but I agree with what Cheryl's saying about that
From now on.
we need to, in the future, get more than one.
So go ahead and repair it now and then just
Yeah,
Yeah,
give
because,
quotes from here on in.
I don't want the pump to go out. I
Okay.
don't
All right, so,
because they're more,
Carmen, are you okay with that?
okay. All right, so, can we need the motion to accept?
I make a motion to accept it and have this work done.
Any other discussion on it? Okay.
No.
I have a second, I didn't get a
Second.
second. So no other discussion, all those in favor?
Aye,
Opposed? Yeah,
thank you.
any other new business?
I'd like to ask about how to approach or how to contact the community officer. I have a few neighbors on board for the last street. It used to be very quiet, but for some months, there had been like one or two trucks or cars that have the muffler open and they are all the time, day and night, up and down with huge noise. And we would like to address a letter to this person. I need to talk to you also because I guess if you listen, if you hear it, you're on that corner, but I have other neighbors on board. We would like to do something with that. Part of it is the time at which this person or persons drive up and down. You can hear it.
when is this?
We live on the last street.
Yeah, I know, but when is this?
Anytime.
The phone number for the non-essential call, hit
Yeah, I've
police.
got that right, yeah.
It's 904-630-0500.
0500.
Yes,
Yeah, that's the non-emergency number.
904-630-0500.
This
And
is
you can
not an
ask them for your
emergency.
neighborhood
I'll
watch
forward it
officer.
to you. I can send it to you.
You need your neighborhood watch
It's there.
officer, and you might ask them why they don't patrol the neighborhood at all.
Do you have the address of where the car or cars is from?
No, we don't. It is a different
Fast Eddie's one of
building.
them.
We don't have access over there, but we can hear it at any time. And the neighbors on the back
Are you talking about the street behind us?
Yes,
Yeah.
that one.
How are we
They've
gonna
got
enforce
several.
that?
Oh, that's near the apartments?
Yes.
I don't know about. Yes, you-
Well, we'll see because if the muffler is open, it's not legal.
yeah.
That's true.
Have you tried calling, if it's the apartment complex, have you tried calling their office?
Actually, no. I have called 911 and other neighbors have called 911, but nothing has happened, so we might.
That's not a 911 emergency. You
I
should
know,
probably call
that's
the
what I
police.
say, when I
Yeah.
called, I say, this is not an emergency, but
This is how
this
we
is
call
the
it. This is
situation.
just-
I call 911 because it's the canalization number that everybody has. But if you're sleeping and you need to get up at 4:30 in the morning and they go up and down at 12, at 1, and 1:30, at 2, and you cannot sleep, so how are you gonna work the next day?
I would try probably that non-essential number and then call the apartment complex.
Just, yeah, if they live in the apartment complex, people gotta be hearing it over there.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking, I'm thinking the same thing, and what's wrong with them?
That's the one right behind us or right next to us, that's the fountains.
No, it said
You
Paseo.
get it off of Bay Meadows Road where almost retires buses.
Oh, that one.
That road goes all the way down.
Oh, I didn't know they reached that far.
Oh.
This is something different to listening to the traffic that goes up and down on the south side. That's something else.
Through sign
This
city?
is a
Yes, sir, just please
particular
sign in
car.
behind her.
These are particular cars that have open mufflers, and they spend 24 hours a day going up and down. And it didn't happen before. This has been happening for some months,
Maybe they just moved in over there.
probably. And they must be 16.
All right, anything else in new business? All right, at this time, we'll open the floor for our guests. Anybody? Mr. Neckley?
Yeah, I'd like to just say something for a moment about the lawn survey. The people who are complaining about leaves in their yard can go to Home Depot and spend $39 on a blower and blow on somebody else's yard. It doesn't matter. The wind's gonna do it in a lot of places. To redo our contract with the lawn care people and pay whatever extra they need to collect leaves is just silly. When they mow the grass, any leaves on the yard are get mulched anyway. It's leaves that are blown on by the wind. So it just is irrational to me for us to spend any significant amount of money to try to have the lawn care company collect leaves when you've got all these freaking trees in this neighborhood. It's a never-ending duty.
And we have, like in my house, we have a vacuum cleaner for the yard. The problem is that we clean the yard and then they blow because they don't.
Of course, it's gonna blow. The leaves are coming down from the tree.
Everything again to the yard. So
Okay.
we just tell the people that we don't want anything blown because we do our yard.
Okay.
But it's a comment that it's repeated in many surveys.
Well, that's.
But I
It's
think
not-
the
it's
main
not
thing that
nice.
we discussed the previous month was the leaves are not an issue for the board and the lawn people, because that's call
It's
it
not
a
in their
generic.
scope. It's not in
Yeah,
their
it's
scope.
not part of the contract, and the people that are complaining about it, you just have to say, there's nothing we can do about the leaves.
The exterior maintenance guidelines specifically states that leaf collection or blowing or whatever on your property is the homeowner's responsibility.
Yeah,
It's
I
said
leave it
about
at
And
that.
all that, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
right,
I
put it
am
in the
informing
thing.
what I'm getting on the survey.
Okay, well,
But
let's,
I am not saying anything yet about all their comments, but I'm getting comments about trimming, tires, and all that irregularities.
But just because they
Backyards
comment,
are mowed.
just because they comment doesn't mean we have to address it.
Correct.
No,
Correct.
but we need to address what's in
Yeah.
the contract.
Correct.
okay, we'll, like I said, we'll wait for you to tabulate your, everything that you got going on with all those when you get them all collected and done, and we'll address that at the next meeting.
People are always gonna complain if their
It
neighbor.
could come from another neighborhood.
Anything else, Mr.
Yeah, I
Neckley?
have one other thing.
Yes, sir.
Since you're the only one on the board who's been around since all of this crap started with the lawsuit, have you held any votes in the last 2.5 years to renew Priscilla's contract? She's got an automatic renewal clause, and if you guys don't discuss it or look at it or talk to anybody about it, then it just automatically flips over.
Correct.
From the last 2.5 years, nobody's even discussed it as far as I can tell at this stage of the game. So I would suggest that at least you discuss it. I mean, I would think that all of you know that the project that cost 80 grand or almost 80 grand could have been done for $23,000 5 years ago, and it wasn't. And there's only one reason it wasn't. It was because Ken Fisher, as the judge called him out for perjury, as well as instigating the lawsuit, and his accomplices. I would, if it was up to me, and I had lived in a community where I'd gotten screwed over that badly, I would want some blood. And I don't see why anybody wants mine, because the judge clearly said, I was right, y'all were wrong, Ken Fisher started it, Ken Fisher's a perjurer, and somebody needs to address the issues of who's facilitating the perjury.
Well, Ken Fisher, it sounds like you've pretty much got it figured out, so why don't you take that up with him? He no longer lives in the neighborhood.
He
or
owns
on
a
the
piece of
board.
property here, he's a renter, and it's not
It
for me
doesn't
to
matter,
take it
he's
up to
not on
him.
the
If he
board.
lies in court, it's up to the court. And believe me, when all this crap's over with, is very close to that point, there's gonna be a reckoning about who lied in court.
Well, I
And if
think
you,
that you
if
should
you went
address that
along with
him.
his
It
lies
has
in
no
court,
place
which you
right here,
did,
right
and you
now.
did, you, guess what?
And it has nothing to do with Priscilla and what we do with our
Yes, it does
contract
have to do with Priscilla. Priscilla has a
something that we will
fiduciary
talk about in
obligation
future
to
time.
tell you when you're breaking the law. She's
Not
got in
your
her
job to tell us
proposal,
when we're
in
breaking
her
the law
scope of
either.
work, her
Anybody
proposal,
breaking the
she
law.
says, I will guide you
All right, I think your time's
according
up,
to
Mr.
state
Knackley.
law and local ordinances. It's in
Your
her
time is up,
proposal.
Mr. Knackley.
Now, you haven't heard enough. You haven't heard squat. You haven't heard squat, girl.
Your 3 minutes is
Also-
up.
Okay, don't call her a girl.
That's it.
Be
No, but
respectful.
I'm just gonna say, according to state law, we do not need to allow you to videotape our meetings like
Yes, you
this.
do.
No, we don't.
Yes, you do.
No, we have to have.
Listen, that's already been adjudicated. You want to go back, I'll go, my house, I got boxes of
No,
crap.
thanks.
It's already been adjudicated, the court.
Why don't you go
With the
now
court.
and go get those boxes?
Why don't we move forward instead
Move
of
forward.
rehashing the past?
Move
We're trying
forward.
to.
Move forward. You don't even know what you're talking about. You're gonna move
Okay,
forward.
that's 3 minutes. Anybody else have
Anybody else?
anything?
I do.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, I have a couple things, but I just wanted to share. I can't tell you how long ago it was, but I personally attended a meeting where they asked the board, shall we renew Priscilla's contract?
That was 3 years
So I
ago.
know it usually comes up every time it goes to renew.
That's what I asked him. I asked him the question, he
It
didn't
has
answer.
happened before.
Yeah, it happened 3 years ago.
Let her speak. You spoke. This is her
I'm trying
time.
to tell her. She doesn't
Be
know. I'm
quiet.
trying to give her some
Shut
information.
up.
She doesn't know.
Shut up.
See, this is,
Shut up.
this is,
Shut up.
this is
Shut
why you don't know. This is why you don't
Let
know
her
anything.
speak, and don't you shut the fuck up.
There
I'm
you go.
so tired of you.
There you go.
I've only been here for 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Let her speak.
go right ahead. Since you don't know when they did it.
I
man.
Shut up.
Message
You don't need to
from
scream and be
I
crazy.
do.
Are
Shut
you
up.
crazy?
church.
Just,
No, you're crazy.
Really?
That's very clear.
that's not what the
This
judge
is
said.
ridiculous. We
All right,
all just
time
shut
out,
up.
Please.
Thank you.
Susan wants
This
to.
is absolutely not needed.
Amen.
I'm relaying a message from Rhonda. I'm not sure what happened with the mix-up tonight, but she could not find an email where we've given her the dates that we're going to be meeting for 2021. So she's asking you to resend it to her.
I
And
actually mailed it
hopefully
to her.
that'll be squared away for next time.
Yeah, I sent it by email.
Yeah, I mailed it to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's just asking to resend it.
Okay.
And just to let you guys know, most of the office staff is working from their homes, not in the office here, so just sharing that with you. And then, I didn't turn in my own survey, so I'll get that to you tomorrow as well. And that's really all I have.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Sue.
Anyone
Thank you.
else?
Did you want to speak?
No, that's all right.
Okay.
You
I'm
guys,
just observing.
does this community pay a professional organization to manage it?
Yes,
That's her.
that's Priscilla.
Okay. And you guys, I mean, look, I'm a new resident. I'm a
What's your
new
name,
owner.
sir?
My name is Peter. You know something? I think this is deplorable.
Yeah, it's not
This is
normally like
absolutely
this.
deplorable. That you don't respect each other, that you don't talk to each other with dignity. You act like the kindergartners who go to school in this freaking room. What the hell is this? I've been a president of a homeowner association before on the West Coast. This is not acceptable behavior. This is not an acceptable way to conduct a homeowners association annual meeting. And I have only been here for 15 minutes. This is bullshit, you guys.
Amen.
Well, I'm sorry that you were a part of
I'm a
it.
professional.
This
I'm a
one.
professional.
Okay, can
And I'm not
I
gonna
respond?
put up with this kind of
Can I
crap.
respond,
And
sir?
I'll see that this changes.
Can I respond?
For what? You've already demonstrated who you all are. I don't like it.
This is not a normal thing, so.
Absolutely deplorable.
These 5 are on the board. This is the president, I'm the vice president, she's the treasurer, she's welcome committee and / treasurer.
I'll take your names because I'll work very hard to get rid of all of you. This is wrong. This is not the way you conduct a homeowner association annual meeting. This is not the way you discuss things with each other. This is not professional.
It normally isn't like this, you're right. But
Yes.
we have outside instigation from people on the board that continually don't follow the rules of the meeting.
Well, we'll see about it.
Talking over somebody else is not acceptable. But we can't really, other than what happened tonight, it's not something that, it's always going on because of that person.